These are for my friends that are currently in a time crunch to prepare for their next upcoming LARP, or they have maxed out their budget and cannot afford to get anything outside of their armor, weaponry, the logistics and travel of getting there. This is for you. It could also work if you're going to a Ren fair and just need some base layers so that you can build up with accessories. That's the general concept, is good base layers that don't look like something from the nearby party store in the Halloween section. These items are all thrifted and things that I have either worn or could wear to the next LARP that I attend. So they're going to be in the color palette of that, but I'm going to teach you how to find things that fit your requirements of what you're looking for and then apply the details of what you need to this concept. So as many of the friends in our community will attest to, the main three things that you need are tunic, pants, and boots. So let's focus on those three things and then talk about how we can build up with other thrifted items as well, because accessories are what bring it all together and make it look the way you want it to look to fit whatever culture or theme that you're going for. The reason I'm telling you to not run to Amazon if you're in a hurry is because you don't always get what you see. Sometimes the quality is not going to be there. You don't always get what you pay for. And the whole point of this is to save money. So if you are constantly spending time, energy, and money on replacing items that don't uphold to what you really need it to, then that's defeating the whole purpose of this. So going to the thrift store and finding things that are in good condition that you can feel, try on, and then also your upcycling. These are all great boxes to check off. Also, a quick disclaimer, not all LARPs are going to have the same requirements, but a lot of the larger, more organized events do. So make sure that before you take the time to purchase anything, maybe touch base with them and say, hey, what do we think of these garments? Maybe try everything on in the dressing room and send a sample photo over and say, hey, would this be approved if I were to purchase this combination? And I have found that every LARP that I have attended has a Discord, and it's a great way to get some quick feedback. Of course, if you're going to a more casual LARPing community type event, maybe something in your nearby neighborhood, or you're just going to the Ren fair and there's no requirements on this, then of course you're fine, but it gives you some staple pieces to kind of build off of and have fun and be comfortable. As you can see, this is a very simple silhouette, which is intentional because historical silhouettes are usually very simple. This dress is essentially my tunic. If you can see the detailing around the collar line, this is very common in like some of the older Viking style tunics and dresses that I've seen. So to find this in a modern style dress was a very lucky find, but you're not always going to find something that on the money. If you're looking online, use keywords like tunic dress or tunic blouse, and you'll be very surprised to see how common that silhouette is still very much part of our modern selection of clothing. Boots are neutral, the pants are neutral, and then I have a top that's in my faction's colors. You could absolutely opt to find something where it's all neutrals. That neutral palette is going to make it a lot more versatile so that you can take it from event to event or place to place, depending on if you're using this for cosplays, Ren fairs, LARPs. And the cool thing about all of this, these pieces individually are part of my everyday wardrobe now, so I can kind of tie my hobby into my everyday aesthetic, which is really nice. So I'm kind of getting a 2-for-1 with all of these purchases. It does have a side slit. If it did not, I would probably create one just to have more movement. Slits could be on the side, and in some styles it would be up the middle, depending on what historical era you are replicating. It's made out of a very lightweight linen blend, but it's been very durable. I have used this at least 2 different occasions that are LARP related. And some of the photographs that I have floating around are actually in this dress. And so the thing that's going to elevate this and make it actually look more like a complete kit are my accessories. So let's talk belts. So while this isn't necessarily thrifting, it is a thrifty find price-wise. If you have heard of the grocery store Aldi, which is kind of like a sister grocery store to Trader Joe's, they have a really nice kind of random aisle of things that are kind of seasonal and can include clothing and housewares and things. I have found 2 pairs of linen pants from them. I have this green pair and a black pair, really comfortable. And even though it's not necessarily going with this palette, this is great for when I do some of my like forest elven looks. So I've used these at Ren fairs. I love these. And under $20. This was not intended to be a belt. It was their intention to be a table runner, but I saw it and I thought this matches the aesthetic that I'm going for. And so I tore off the lining and cut the entirety in half, and now we have a sash. And now we have some interest and intrigue. This double ring belt was found at a thrift store. It is originally from Banana Republic, which is not typically known for their LARP and historical reenactment clothing. It's usually very modern and posh. Double rings are often found in a lot of historically aimed clothing. And though I would have loved to have found it just a little bit longer, it does work enough to just kind of tuck. And so this was one of my very first belts that I wore to a LARP. I found yarn on clearance and paired it with another color that I had purchased at a hobby store and made this belt. It's amazing what happens when you know how to braid. So I have 3 different belts. I've got some layering going on, and now it's kind of starting to come together now. So the only other thing that I would do is figure out a hairstyle, maybe pair some jewelry, some necklaces, things like that, and this character is ready to go. But I have another look that this character could also wear. And very similar silhouette, and in this case, a very similar palette. You could apply this palette to whatever color scheme you're looking for. So while I'm looking for neutrals and shades of blue, maybe your color scheme is forest greens, or maybe you want to go really dark and mysterious with blacks and grays. Maybe you want to keep it completely neutral so that it's versatile. Either way, this silhouette is pretty easy to find. The pants were thrifted in my size. They happened to be a linen blend, and they were under $10. I have the same boots that I've paired with this, and then this tunic is actually a Ralph Lauren blouse that I found on Poshmark, which is a thrifting app that you can use. And so some keywords would be, again, tunic, tunic blouse, tunic dress, and just do a little bit of digging, and you can find some really cool things. And the beauty of this is a great brand, so I know that it's going to last me a while. The linen is very soft and supple. It feels kind of pre-worn in. The details are really nice, and I know that this is going to be most likely something that no one else is going to have. When you shop at the same brands all the time, everybody seems to have the same stuff. This adds just a little bit of uniqueness, so that's another perk too to thrifting. So let's apply those same accessories again and see how it looks. And again, now I have something that feels much more put together, and it's with very minimal effort. But the plus is I can now mix and match this outfit with the other. If I want to switch the pants out, if I want to put those kind of more cream color pants with this, I can. I can now get 4 outfits out of those 4 pieces because of their ability to mix and match. And I can take or leave more belts. I have room for upgrades if I want to later get a nicer belt or nicer boots. And then upgrade different pieces as time goes on. But now I have a nice palette to work with. Because of this very simple silhouette, I can easily apply this outfit to a number of looks. For the seafaring faction that I'm in, I can add certain types of armor, certain types of helmets and weaponry and things that I can make myself look like part of that Varangian guard that they are so inspired by. I can turn around and add different accessories and make this a more early pirate look. I can add chainmail and let this be base layers for a knight look. There's so many different things that I can add to this. I can even be just a dirty peasant. Whatever you want to do, this is like the base silhouette to kind of get started. And the fact that I bought none of it from some of our favorite websites that are geared towards LARP and reenactment, I saved so much money just getting started, and that way I could apply the budget to exactly what I knew I was looking for instead of investing a whole lot into something that may not work for me in the long run. I'm able to take my time and see what I like and don't like, and this is, to me, a great place for anyone to start with. Not to mention incredibly comfortable, because all of the materials are natural fibers. I am very cool and comfortable, and I have lots of movement in the design of the clothing. This is really comfortable, and I can't recommend it enough. Now, there's different ways to be thrifty. You can go literally to a thrift store and find used items. You can use things like Poshmark, where you can find used items online and find something in your size right away and look by color and have it shipped from wherever they are. You can look on Facebook Marketplace. You can yard sell. Start there, and then whatever pieces that you simply cannot find and make work, then you can use things like Amazon and some of the more expensive websites that have exactly what you're looking for. But you can at least start by finding things within your means so that you're able to apply your budget to other places that you have to have those things from. And you can also thrift from your own closet. You would be amazed with how many things already live in your closet that could actually work as an accessory with just minor changes to it. You may already have some like beachy linen pants just waiting in your closet. The next important investment piece to the soft kit specifically, not talking armor, not talking weapons or camping gear or anything like that, but just to the soft kit itself, the tunic, boots, and pants, The first thing that I would invest in, if you can get the base layers to look really good, get you some really good historical looking boots that are comfortable and have a little bit of tread, maybe upgrade the belt. And then from then, like your pants are going to be the least seen when it comes to seeing everything else going on between your accessories, your top, your boots, your armor. All of that's going to draw more attention. As long as they look historical enough, then put your money towards maybe upgrading your tunic, upgrading those other accessories first. Thinking outside the box and then putting it together in a way that makes it come to life. It's hard to see it all together until you put it together. So hopefully this all made sense, because individually they don't look like historical garments, but when styled a certain way, it comes to life. I would love to hear any other tips and tricks that you have maybe found to be helpful. Leave those in the comments. If you found this video to be helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, save, send to a friend that you think might be needing some guidance or help finding, getting some ideas. It's one thing to say, hey, go thrift these items, go find these items, but to go in blindly with no guidance or no clear vision is hard to do. So I hope that this helped you kind of build it out and think, what do I need to look for on my next thrift shop?